Okay, so now we've got our membranes actually nailed to the wall. Once again, you'll notice what fixings I've put in, I've tried to keep them in an overlap or the overtaping, therefore to prevent any unnecessary air leaks, and we will keep content with those fixings by taping and overlapping, inching the air tightness without any worry. You'll notice that I've gone right over the door. The reason for this is even though on the first layer you can fold it in, but I tend to do this because we want to keep the air tightness as continuous as possible and only patching where we need to. So what I've done is I've gone right over the door, I've gone completely over the window. This also helps to save waste because anything that we cut out we'll reuse on reveals or patching up or whatever we need to do. So initially we're going to cut the door out. So what I've done here is I've cut through the door along with the head of the door. That gives me a nice straight line to take to at a later date because you can't fold this to an internal core. You have to cut it and mould it into shape or cut pieces in and tape it into position. But what we do have is because on the membrane itself they've got increments or marks of 100mm spacing. I know that that was 300mm or 320mm around the corner. I can allow for that simply by counting the distance, cut me down a straight line. When I fold that in, I know that it's going to be big enough to be able to use in the useful way. And if it's too big, then at least we can just trim it off. Right, once we've cut it, we would then nail it around the corner to hold it in position. With the feel like there's a thing go on here.
That's fine. Yeah. And it's good because they'll get to see it.
Well, we want it down to length of something else. Okay, so I've cut across the top of the doorway and across the bottom, and now we're going to do is just fold the membrane around the floor. We can fold this fairly close, nail into the outside. Again, at the bottom of the same process. Once this has been cut, fold it and nail it around the corner. You can then just trim it off. Once you've folded round, nailed and trimmed your membrane, you get these little pieces. Don't throw these away. These will be used. We can actually use this to repair the top of that doorway or even the base. So don't throw these away. They're very useful. And so if you do it correctly, there should be very little ones. Tape feet. We're using a TESCON Varma tape. This is a tape which is designed to go with this particular product. Like I said before, if you use a product, use the correct tapes that will go along with that. So, correct product for the use, for designed for purpose, to use it for where it should be, and for what materials it should be used for. As with most Passivhaus tapes or airtightness tapes, the adhesive on these cures, basically it gets stronger. As soon as you peel this back up, over a period of, depending on temperature and humidity, but over a period of time, this actually gets stronger and stronger. It could be a few hours. So, if you stick this on, make sure that you put it on correct first time. If you make a mistake, don't say I'll come back to it later, because you may not get it off. If you make a mistake, take it off and redo it straight away. The same as if this tape twists and sticks to itself, the thing this tape likes to stick to best is itself. Once you've done that, you'll never ever go and get it apart. So, not without damaging the tape. The best thing to do is cut it off and start again. Same as when you were taping along. If it creases, cut it off, put the overlap and start again. Because otherwise, when you try and pull it off, if it's stuck to itself like that, all you're going to do is cause damage somewhere. Taping. Okay, we're now going to put the tape on. Two things to remember when using the tape. One is, as we said, try and keep it nice and level and straight. We had a taping line marked on the membrane, the airtight membrane, to give us a guide. And also remember that this stuff is only to be used where it's designed to be used. Okay. Other than that, it's pretty good. Now, the thing is, when using the tape, it's very difficult to use on your own. Sometimes it's nice to have somebody with you and walk in front of you, undoing it as you go. We're not going to do that. We're just going to show you what I did. I'll literally throw the tape away. The reason I do that is because I had no way of holding the roll and untaping it or taping it at the same time. That way, it's out of my way. But I still have full control over the tape. peel the back off, and then we're going to start taping on our pre-marked line. When taping, make sure that you get all the air out where possible. You'll notice I'm rubbing my hand over the top of that. You can get rollers or plastic pieces which you can squash onto it and roll it in and get all the air out. I tend to just use my hands because I can feel if there's an issue. So we are doing 4 bits at a time. We're not doing full stretches. Bearing in mind how this stuff was to stick to the sides. We have the line to go to. I can feel that solid. Also, as I go the tape, I'm pulling the tape so it's taut, not stretching the tape. You don't want to stretch it, because if you stretch it, stick it on, when it shrinks again, it will crease and pull stuff together. So keep it taut, but don't stretch the tape. Then what you get, I can see where it needs to cut off. Round the corner. I made my first piece of tape. Now, when you're doing taping of any sort, you're going to get lots and lots of backing. Okay, this blows everywhere. If you're on a building site and you're doing this, it's going to blow somewhere. So look after your rubbish. Because if this is a polyproduct, it's plastic. So if this gets into the environment, it's not particularly very good news. So we take it off, we put it in a bag, and we keep control of our rubbish. And then that way we can dispose of it as it should.